is Elizabeth from Gabriel Family Adventures, and today I'm going to share an overview of one of our port stops that we just went to on our Brilliance of the Seas Royal Caribbean cruise through the Baltic Sea in Europe, and that was to the town of Skagen, or as the locals call it, Skagen, Denmark. And it's a little town at the very top of Denmark where the North Sea and the Baltic Sea meet. And so I'm going to give you some tips about how to get around, what you should spend your money on, what you should not spend your money on. So here we go. We just got to Skagen or Skagen, and we're going to rent some bikes. 10 euro a day, so super cheap. The weather is cold and windy, but we're going to go check it out. Okay, so Skagen is, some people have said that we talked to, they said, you know, I don't even know why this is such a popular tourist destination. Maybe it's just because it's a convenient place for the ships to dock at. But I'll say that we actually loved this port stop. It was awesome. So we had initially booked a bike tour through the ship itself, and it was canceled at the last minute. And so we're like, oh, darn it, why was it canceled? And they said, oh, well, nobody else signed up. So it wasn't worth the price. So we said, okay. And so we got off the ship, and I looked online, and it said there were a lot of places to rent bikes. And what's great about Skagen is that it's pretty darn flat. So even if you're not an experienced cyclist, I love cycling indoor, outdoor. I teach cycling classes, so I'm a different bird, but it's so flat that you'll be fine. So if you get off the ship, they'll hand you a map of Skagen, and literally 30 feet from the ship, there's a bike rental place that it's 10 euros or 10 US dollars. They'll take both, but they do want cash. And you can rent a bike for the entire day. And the bikes are awesome. They have this little key that will lock the bike if you stop at a, stop for lunch, stop to go sightseeing. So you can lock it and just bring the key, and it's totally secure. They have little baskets on the front, so if you end up buying anything or want to have some snacks, put those in there, and you're on your merry way. Some things to know about Skagen is that it is super windy most of the year. So we were there in June, and it was cold. It was super duper windy, and so when we were heading out, the thing I recommend doing is if you leave the port, and the map is very clear. There's also a lot of signs. I would head out to Grennen, and there's tons of signs for it. You basically go through the port itself and take a right and just keep going right. About 3 miles away, there'll be tons of signs. You'll go by the little downtown area, which I'll get to in a minute, and you'll head out. You'll see this gorgeous lighthouse, so you can stop there, take some photos, and then heading out to Grennen is where you can park your bike and walk down the beach. It is a little bit of a walk, and when it's windy, it's really easy one way, and then when the wind's against you, not so easy. You can head out to where the Baltic and the North Sea meet. Another option is that they actually do have these big buses that have these huge wheels that you can go on and pay, and they'll drive you out through the sand to the tip and then drive you back. So if mobility is an issue and walking through sand is an issue, there is that. It's not too far, and it is kind of nice, especially if you're on a cruise, to finally, do something physically active. And I recommend doing the bike tour if you are mobile enough. I recommend that over a bus tour because Skagen is such a small area. You can see it all on bike, and it's really pretty. And again, it's really flat. So we cruised on out, went out to the North Sea. I like to take handstand photos in weird places, so I did that. And then we walked back, and then the wind was at our faces. And so biking, we decided we wanted to go to the Sunken Church. It was hard because it was so windy. And you can switch gears on the bikes, so that helps, but you were just battling the wind. So there were moments where I felt like I was biking in slow motion and I wasn't going anywhere, but you're making progress. I will say that the Sunken Church is a little tricky to get to because there's not a lot of signs. So what I ended up finally doing is just turning on the data on my phone and looking it up because I thought I was going the right way. We were pretty close, but I just had this kind of sixth sense that I was about to go the wrong way. And sure enough, I turned on the data and I missed an important left turn. June's ready to kill me. We've been biking around in the wind trying to find this church for like an hour. There he is, the unhappy husband. It's so windy here. Ah. So you wind around, and when you find it, it's really sweet. There's a little shop, there's some snacks, there's a little playground, and then you can go out to where the church is. And there's not a lot to see, but it is really neat. And the story behind the Sunken Church is very fascinating, and it does give you a nice way to see more of Skagen and more of Denmark by biking out to the church. And then what I recommend doing is actually heading back to near the port is where there's kind of this little downtown area, tons of shops, restaurants, super duper cute and bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so we got some snacks. I bought a dress from a Danish designer, so I'm really excited about that. And overall, the sun was out and the wind had kind of slowed a little bit, and so we were able to walk around and really enjoy our afternoon in this cute little town. And there's a lot of hotels and hostels and things like that, so it does seem like it is a popular destination for more than just cruise ships. And I recommend not booking anything through the cruise ship itself. I think save your money. Sometimes it is way more convenient to just go through the ship. You know you're paying extra, but it's worth it because it's all taken care of for you. But in Skagen, go it alone. Grab your map, grab your $10 or 10 euros, and have fun on your bike. It's an awesome day. I totally recommend biking it. If you want to walking out to the Grennan, it is about 3 miles each way, if I read the map correctly. So it's doable, even if you have kind of a shortened port stop. But I say get the bike because then you can see a lot more and you have more time to cover more ground and see cool things and really enjoy your day puttering around in Denmark. So if you have any questions or comments about Skagen or traveling in general, please don't hesitate to put those below and subscribe to this channel for more adventures in the future. See ya!